Yes, so tell us a little bit about like the essence of the project, what we did, what we learned? Yeah.
Yeah. Jazda is a project that I think just like 3 years ago, and it's just like for young people from 18 to 26, 28 years, and we are just like a community to know about the history, about all of these three countries, that is France, Germany and Poland, and which consequences the migration in those years, for example, after the Second World War, made of those countries. So that's we go into these countries to learn the history. In each country we have a specific location, and we learn the history after the Second World War.
Yes, and also maybe about how in history, over history, it was a natural thing to migrate, and it has always been part of our society, and how it changed over the years to the difficulties that migrants have to face when coming to other countries, and how to deal with those issues and how to overcome them maybe. So yeah, we talked a lot about that in those different locations. We first started in Krzyżowa, which is in Poland, and like Brendan also said, that one was part of history in the Second World War, because people there tried to gather and try to hide themselves, but also work against the Nazi regime. And yes, that was the history connected to Krzyżowa in that time, and that's where we did the first part of our project. The second one we did in France.
Yeah, so in France it was kind of the same. It was like a Chateauneuf where we did, and it was built up by also an engineer, I think, who wanted to create a space for young people, and now it's still that. And so in France we do singing and dancing and theater to deal with the theme of migration. You will see some other of our rehearsed acts later, but those two from the beginning were also part of that.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the portraits you see here, and also the ceramics and the photo boxes we created in Krzyżowa. So that was also part of the workshop that we tried to deal with migration as a topic, and that we put into art throughout the workshops.
And the last part is here in Friedland, in Göttingen. We are staying in Göttingen, and we know the story here in Friedland because it's the point of it's in the middle of Germany, and after the Second World War, the Cold War, it was just like the Soviet state and the North American state. And here in Göttingen was the point of the middle, and that's why it's very important to know the history about migration and histories were behind of this place. And even this place, the Friedland Museum, we know and we can see, if you already see it, there's a lot of people around the world, not even Germany or Poland or the European countries around the world who reside and come to here to looking for help and to survive about this regime of their lives in this country. And here in Göttingen or in Germany, we made poetry, we made also these boxes, and that's what I read.
And I was gonna maybe speak a little bit about our personal experience before continuing to this exhibition, because it was a very meaningful experience to, I can probably say, all of us, the whole group. So I wrote it down because it just came to my mind yesterday, so I'm just going to read it to you. So, I recently learned a new word from Bray, enfimero. It's the feeling of a moment passing with knowing it's never going to be repeated like that again. feeling caught me off guard yesterday when I walked into our seminar room. Everyone was so busy, hushing around like little butterflies at work, buzzing, full of energy and excitement for the exhibition today. Uplifting music, colorful papers, coffee. So I'm sitting at the window trying to take it all in, because this group, this community, means so much. People from everywhere, connected by a common motivation, to learn, to live, to think critically, to get creative, to exchange, to laugh, to play, to build, to love. What connection people find here feels like a ray of hope in a world that more and more seems to drift apart. To see these connections grow is something so precious and beautiful, it's hard to put into words. You can notice it in the little gestures, a hand massage during gatherings, a clap wave that is suddenly formed out of boredom, because everyone is so attentive and open around each other. And are you okay? When someone is looking tired, and a helping hand wherever you can possibly need one. Every single person has something to offer, their own individual speciality, our reality, our safe place, and still with the urge to take in as much as possible from everywhere and everyone. Like I said, it's hard to express how much it means participating in Jazda. The one that's happened, maybe you'll just have to find out yourself. Every time I've come back, I was surprised by the exceptional dynamic we have and how powerful we can be as a group. I invite you all to think back to this from time to time and let yourself remember the feeling of such pure human connection, safety, unquestionable acceptance, comfort, and so much more. I want to keep this moment and many others we've shared, because aren't exactly these moments of shared excitement and humanity what life's all about? I thank you all for coming, and I also thank this whole group, and especially Annalise and Philip and Emily, I don't know, there, for making this all work, and also all the workers here in Friedland and Kiev and Jazda and Kryzhova, yes, to have made all the time, working day and night for this. And it's such a pleasure to have participated in this. Thank you so much. And we brought a little something.
from this specific week, some of the texts that we have been writing during a very nice and creative writing workshop headed by Toby on Monday. And some of the texts can also be found in the exhibition, and so I let just those who will present text come and read it.
So my text, you can find it in one of the box. I will let you find it. So it's about borders, and you will see the setup in the box. It's like a broken wall is hanging in the middle of the box and mysteriously floating around barrier and okay, it's the magic of borders. You will see. What are you borders which cannot stand? My feet crossing happily to another land. Sovereignty of states. What have you done of my state of mind? I take none of that. My wishes, my futures are blind. Unclassifiability. I think I do belong to this city. Yet no credit card or eccentricity. But you can't prove me wrong, for I do belong to the human family.
So I'm going to read you a poem about borders, rankings of borders, not just between countries, but especially personal boundaries. The poem is in French, but the song of the world flows beautifully. That's why I wanted to read it alone. You have probably noticed I have lost my voice. I'm sorry for that, but I will manage. So, expérience corporelle, expérience sensorielle, expérience en quête de sens, le sens de la route, virage serré à droite, mirage à gauche du palmier, canard sans tête, chat sans queue, impossible quête de sens, sentir le froid, sentir la faim, sentir sa main, debout, couché, éclipse de lune, il n'y en a qu'une, celle qui inquiète, impossible quête de sens. Un désir fou, l'envie me cueille, récolte les fruits de tes passions inassouvies. Souris et plante, un couteau dans la cible de tes rêves oubliés. Franchir la route, la pente est raide, ton pantalon troué, tu t'es retrouvé à la lisière de tes travers. Tu verses une larme, l'alarme vacille, tu rebondis et tu te dis, ça en vaut la peine. L'appel de la rivière où la vie s'écoule, toi tu t'écroules et tu roules jusqu'à la frontière. Quand ton front se tape, le mur des possibilités, impossible quête de sens. Il me suffit de sauter la barrière, de franchir la rivière, d'atteindre la lumière, pour arriver au monde des merveilles et rêver un monde meilleur. La nature des frontières, frontières politiques.
I also brought two things we wrote in one is from one of our workshops with Toby, and the first thing is going to be about an unwelcoming place or space, because the topic of this week was unwelcoming and welcoming spaces. And you can see that here are hanging, they're called acrostics, and you have a word or a phrase, and then each line starts with the next letter of the word you chose. And I chose the word unwelcoming places, or the two words. So, under pressure. Nicht hier, nicht dort. Wohin soll ich? Einfach fort. Let me live a life. Can you not see my pain? Oh world, was it all in vain? My path, my journey, my story. Is it not worth anything if there's no glory? No, they won't look. No, they won't help. Go away, they will yell. Pressure outside, pressure within. Let me breathe, please, please, I think. And when I think I have finally arrived, can you then see me cry? Es ist keine Freude, es ist die Wut. So viel Schmerz und immer noch keine Ruhe. Yes, and then I have another text. It's a poem. You can also find it in one of these boxes. I think when I read it, you will know which box it belongs to. And this is now more about a welcoming space, and I will let the interpretation open to you. This is my garden. This is my garden. This is my mind. This is my happiness. This is my pride. It's a place of freedom, a place of quiet, a place of art, a place of riot. My thoughts. I grow them like flowers. I nourish them. I give them power. And sometimes I have visitors. I let them in. I show them around. And then they bring thoughts of their own. They're so pretty next to mine. They grow together, they intertwine. This is my garden, I invite you in. So together we can create the spring.
For me, my text is also in the box, basically here for later. But before it, I really need to thank you, Toby, for unlocking the spirit of writing in me again. Welcoming places are everywhere. If you just want to make fun somewhere there, you can. It can be in the train, in church, in the bus. If you are open-minded and open-hearted, it stays where you are. Everything is about the power of creating. So do you think? Stop. Wait.
My text is also, like Daria's, was from the broad topic of welcoming and unwelcoming spaces. When this topic was introduced to us, and when then was connected to his writing workshop, the first thing I had to think of was a thing called hostile infrastructure, or aufenthaltsfeindliche Infrastruktur in German, which describes the concept of designing, especially a public place, in a way that you do not want to stay there, mainly in order to drive away homeless people. I've written that text in German in the first place. If you want to read it later, it can be found right over there. But what I will do now is, because I have a little fascination for translations, and so I translate it to English as well, and will present the English version right afterwards. Solche Orte. Solchen Orten begegnet man häufig unbewusst. Öffentliche Plätze sind schön, aber daheim hat man auch Aufenthaltsqualität. Man bemerkt die Zäune, die materiellen und die gedanklichen, erst, wenn man einen öffentlichen Platz wirklich bräuchte. Solche Orte, solche aufenthaltsfeindliche Infrastruktur treffen einen erst richtig, wenn man woanders nicht bleiben kann, wenn man nicht gewollt ist zu Hause und man einen auch in der Öffentlichkeit nicht will an solchen Orten. Obdachlose, sagt man zu den Menschen, die häufig jahrelang gelernt haben, damit zu leben, dass man sie nicht will, als ob es nur um Obdach ginge und nicht vielmehr um das komplette Konzept eines Zuhauses an solchen Orten. Wie furchtbar das sein muss und wie schnell es gehen kann, dass man an einem solchen Ort ist, trotz Ausbildung, trotz Geld, das aber irgendwann leer war und nichts gebracht hat an solchen Orten. Das Konzept gibt es auf der ganzen Welt. Solche Orte sind überall. Sie vereint, dass sie unerträglich sind, sogar hier im reichen Europa mit seinen solchen Orten. Mit Flüchtlingsaufnahmelagern, mit Tagesunterkünften für Menschen ohne Zuhause, mit Straßen voller Angst und Gewalt,
mit Menschen, die unter inneren und äußeren Umständen leiden und die verlernt haben, in eine Gesellschaft zu passen, die sie nicht will, an solchen Orten. Such places you often cross without knowing. Public spaces, nice to have, but at home you can find amenity value as well. You only realize the fences, the physical ones as well as the invisible ones, if you would really need such a public space. Such places, such hostile infrastructure doesn't hit you really until there's nowhere else where you can stay. If you're not wanted at home and not wanted in public as well at such places. Roofless, you call those people, who, many of them for years, have learned to live with the fact they are not wanted, as if it was just about a roof and not about the entire concept of a home at such places. How horrible that must be, and how quickly it can happen that you're at such a place, despite education, despite all money, which eventually you ran out and didn't get you anywhere at such places. The concept exists around the world. Such places are basically everywhere. What unites them is that they are unbearable, even here in rich Europe, with its such places. With refugee camps, with day shelters for people without a home, with streets full of violence and fear, with people suffering under inner and outer circumstances, and who have forgotten how to fit into a society which doesn't want them at such places.
It's about welcome places, but I have a weird place to present to share. So, a weird place to feel at home. Every morning, the Westbahn is departing. Die Westbahn fährt ab. We stop in Wien, Hütteldorf, St. Pölten, Amstetten, Linz, Wels. That's my stop. Every morning, time passes. I'm kind of bored commuting to work. So I chew my chewing gums. The next day again, Wien. Welcome in the Westbahn. Willkommen in der Westbahn. Die Westbahn fährt ab. During the train ride, the path, I eat or sleep or work or drink coffee. Eventually, during the path, I fart in the restroom of the Westbahn. In wenigen Minuten erreichen wir Wels, my stop. 2 hours every morning. 2 hours every evening. I spend at least 20 hours in those trains every week. Probably at 200 kilometers per hour between home and workplace. I spent so much time in these capsules blasted with AC. A bizarre place between time and space. Sometimes a ride feels endless, like hanging time. Some other times, it goes in the blink of an eye. Then it feels like 300 kilometers per hour, 400 kilometers per hour. Am I getting faster or older riding trains than the people riding bikes? And why are kind of nobody fasten a belt in the public transportation that is so fast? I look at the sky like I scroll on my phone again, over and over. The landscape running all along, like playing Subway Surfer in my mind. In these trains, I slowly feel home. Today, maybe I fall asleep and miss my stop in Bells, a Freudian sleep riding through the Austrian countryside, my Austrian adoptive home. Tschu-tschu! Servus, Zugestiegene. Thank you.
just like to ask you someone else wanted to present his or her work.
I just wanted to say this song with sound is written by Annie Michael. It's important that you say it.
Okay. Yeah. So, great. Then I think we will leave it to your interpretation to go around to see all the. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Your hand.
These boxes here, they have a lot of meaning because we made it in Poland, and in Poland we study what is, in Poland we saw and we see a lot of, and we made an interview with a woman who is helping the people about the borders between Poland and Belarus, and there's a lot of boxes, there has a lot of meaning with migration. You have to look very careful on these holes here, and yes, that's why there's a little bit meaning, especially because in Poland there's actually a problem there that the government doesn't want to take or to let them in and to let them apply the right of asylum here in Europe, and they just die on the forest. That's why, yeah, just go about it.
Hello everyone. I was just about to say that among boxes there is a box which like a hive, a beehive, because I always consider the society and all of the globe like a hive, and we are actually doing all of us something for all of the globe, for all of us for one globe, for one hive. And inside every hive is a message. You can take your message for yourself and see what is inside it. Thank you.
And yeah, like we also talked about before, the ceramics here, we also made in Poland as well as the portrait. And like the photo cartons, boxes, they tell like a personal migration story. So it was like a presentation of something ourselves or one of our family members have experienced in relation to migration. And yes, you can read, there's a couple texts or it's up for interpretation what you see in those sculptures and also what you see in those portraits.
In this little book, you can basically write or draw anything you want to be a part of our exhibition. So please feel welcome to it.
And I would like to add some explaining words what we hung up here. Some of those texts you can see hanging here, you have already heard, because this is the collected outcomes of our literature workshop and of our writing workshop. So we hung them up at different heights so that everybody has something that's like right on high side. But feel free to go around, turn them around a bit, and read what we wrote.
Okay, yeah, so the rest is left to your interpretation, but before we have time for this, we will invite you to follow us. That's it. And later on we will come back here inside.
It's fine. Yeah.
of traveling, we will present now one more dance from the Provence, a region where some people come from and some people have lived. And yeah, and again there is the invitation to join us in the end, and also for the other dances that will follow.